been a while since they pulled me down. They said that I'd be safe, so I'm surfing out in the deep end now. But I'm pulling weight that's not my own. It's dragging me to the unknown. I'm learning just to let them go. Let the waves take me home. Inside the stormy sea, been trying to escape the thoughts that keep on haunting me. But I'm pulling weight that's not mine. It's dragging me to the unknown. I'm learning just to let them go. Let the waves take me home. I can't stop chasing new horizons. I won't start catching every breath. Let the cats take me home now. Take me home now. Take me home now. And I can't stop chasing new horizons. And I won't stop catching every breath. And I'll let the currents take me home now. Take me home now. Take me home. And I can't stop